The following live stream has been pre-recorded. Any special weather reports or tornado warnings that are present during this program should be checked within 30 minutes from your local television stations. Thank you. Live from Riverside, this is AJ&E News. Now reporting, AJ Baker and Ethan Jakowski.
Good evening, everyone. It is February 5th, 2026. It is 8:35. I'm Ethan Jakowski.
And I am AJ Baker. I would like to start off the newscast by, of course, saying that we were a little delayed to the fact of uploading last night's news broadcast. We uploaded it at about 3 Eastern Standard Time today. So we do apologize, but sometimes the rendering does take a little while.
Right.
But at least you got yesterday's news at some point.
Yeah.
So that we didn't waste an hours of work doing it. Also, before I forget to mention, if you haven't noticed already, some of the top stories of the night will be starting to be posted on short YouTube short versions. That is also to kind of increase our reach with people seeing the broadcast and many other such things. So go ahead and check out the shorts section. Again, for any of the shorts, the full-length broadcast is linked in the video as well. It's hyperlinked to it as well. So go ahead and check out the shorts panel on my YouTube channel from now on.
Yeah, and I want to thank your side for this, for helping us.
Yeah. And because for the auto generation for the sensors, we will probably have to say for shorts viewers, click the full broadcast for more information. So you might hear us say a lot more of that now.
Right.
But just telling you, we do have a reason for that, and that is why we're doing it. Yeah. Anyhow,
this is a busy news evening, folks.
Yes, we have at least 6 stories.
Yep. So, but first, we want to start with that Nancy Guthrie situation.
Yes, so preceding updates on the Savannah Guthrie thing. The one major bit of news is that the Guthries, Savannah and her sister and brother, have released a plea video to whomever may be holding Nancy. Or if anybody is holding Nancy. But the Pima County Sheriffs do believe now that she is, quote, alive and out there.
And they made a special report this afternoon about it.
Yes. So, of course, we aren't going to share some of that special report because that is 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
And that's just for one report. So, yeah, we're not going to do that. But here's the initial reporting from CBS News. We have that for you.
We did 45 minutes.
Want to get to some breaking news now. Today, host Savannah Guthrie has posted a video on social media. This is the first time we're hearing from her and her family. This just came in. We want to share it with you right now. Let's take a listen.
On behalf of our family, we want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom, Nancy. We feel them, and we continue to believe that she feels them too. Our mom is a kind, faithful, loyal, fiercely loving woman of goodness and light. She is funny, spunky, and clever. She has grandchildren that adore her and crowd around her and cover her with kisses. She loves fun and adventure. She is a devoted friend. She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
The light is missing from our lives. Nancy is our mother. We are her children. She is our beacon. She holds fast to joy in all of life's circumstances. She chooses joy day after day. Despite having already passed through great trials of pain and grief We are always going to be merely human. Just normal human people who need our mom. Mama. Mama, if you're listening, we need you to come home. We miss you.
Our mom is our heart and our home. She is 84 years old. Her health, her heart is fragile. She lives in constant pain. She is without any medicine. She needs it to survive. She needs it not to suffer. We too have heard the reports about a ransom letter in the media. As a family, we are doing everything that we can. We are ready to talk. However, we live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her. We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen. Please reach out to us. Mommy, if you are hearing this, you are a strong woman. You are God's precious daughter, Nancy. We believe and know that even in this valley, He is with you. Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere. We will not rest. Your children will not rest until we are together again. We speak to you every moment, and we pray without ceasing, and we rejoice in advance for the day that we hold you in our arms again. We love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom. Stay strong.
We love you, Mom. We love you.
A powerful family's plea. That is the first time that we are hearing from Today host Savannah Guthrie and her sister and her brother. A plea to bring her mother home, specifically talking to whoever out there may have her or have information, and also a heartfelt message to their mother, who they adore and love, and say that she is the center of their family. You can tell just by their emotion that they are torn, but they are trying to do their best to send a message out to whoever needs to hear that. Again, this is someone who has been in the media, Savannah Guthrie, for decades. This is the first time that she has to now talk about her own mom, 4 days after she went missing and is now reported kidnapped. And all this new information coming in, the family trying to sort it out and deal with detectives and the FBI and the news reports that are circulating, some that may be true, some that maybe not true, a ransom note that is circulated as well. But again, that was the first time that we heard from the family in that social media post, and we played it for you in its entirety, and we'll continue to do that throughout CBS News 24/7 as the search for Nancy Guthrie continues. So we'll continue to follow this breaking news story and bring it to you just as soon as we get new information.
And that was CBS News' with that story. Oh, I am so praying for. Oh, I'm just sad about this news.
Yes, and we do agree with that. We will keep you updated as well. We just added another story in during that piece. Ethan will be covering that later.
Yeah.
It's kind of a crazy story, but kind of had something to do with snow and weather and stuff. But we'll
anyways-
get to that later.
Anyways, in more news tonight, AJ, I think you got the next one, don't you?
Yes, I have the next piece. Well, not allegedly, because this has been confirmed. Excuse me. So 3 people are dead, and multiple others have been injured after a car has crashed into a large Los Angeles grocery store. This was in the entrance of the grocery store, and again, this is a pretty giant grocery store. We have a piece from KTLA 5. who has coverage on this story.
Breaking news at 3, a violent car crash into a local grocery store kills 3 people and leaves several others injured. Good afternoon, I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. Thanks for joining us. That car hit multiple people while they were entering a 99 Ranch Market in Westwood.
KTLA 5's Carlos Saucedo live now from the scene with this breaking story. Carlos?
Lynn and Glue, good afternoon. Yes, just a tragic scene out here in Westwood. People were going about their day on a Thursday afternoon when the unthinkable happens. A driver loses control, crashes into a bicyclist, and then inside a grocery store. Now let's take you at Sky 5 here. These are live pictures from above the scene. Earlier, it was quite the chaotic scene as this all went down just after 12 o'clock. An elderly female driver in a Mercedes struck a woman on a bicycle as she turned westbound from Wellworth Avenue onto Westwood Boulevard. But the driver did not stop. Instead, witnesses tell me she accelerated and kept going, eventually colliding into the bakery inside the 99 Ranch Market, which was just down the block from the original scene. There were multiple patrons inside the grocery store, some of which were pinned underneath that vehicle. A total of 9 people were struck, 3 of whom were killed. One witness says she saw the driver hit the bicyclist and continue to speed down the road, perhaps panicking as she lost control.
She hit the bicycle lady. Next thing we know, this sound, the bicycle lady is in the air. She fell. So we kind of turned around. We went, what happened? Where's she going? Because she pressed on the pedal. She started going too fast. So next thing I know, there's this big bang, big loud bang. So I thought, oh my God, she went too fast. She hit someone right there. Oh my God.
Your firefighters arrived very quickly. They set up for immediate triage, treatment, and transportation of these patients. You could see the colored tarps behind us, red, yellow, and green for immediate delayed and minor patients, so we could organize this as quick as possible and wrap our hands around it and give the best medical aid as needed.
Now, first responders were quick on scene as they attempted life-saving measures on the people trapped underneath that vehicle. Of the 6 others that were injured, they sustained minor to serious and critical injuries. The driver is only described as an elderly woman who was compliant and is being medically evaluated. Authorities describe this as an accident, saying that the driver lost control. Back here live, authorities are still here on scene, gathering information, collecting evidence. At this point, there's no information on the victims, what their ages were. We're live in Westwood. Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
All right,
and
Carlos, thank you.
All right, and that was KTLA 5 News reporting on that story. Thank you so much. If more developments come out of this story, comes on our feed, we will bring that to you. For our YouTube Shorts viewers, please click the full video to view more news and information from today's broadcast. All right, now Ethan has the next story, and it is a weather-related one. Again, we don't normally cover like minor weather things. We don't do the weather map here, but we do cover them if it's included in our feed. So Ethan, go ahead.
And my right shoulder would stop popping. Oof. Anyways. Hold on, I gotta find my dub on Discord. Where are you, Discord? There you are. So let's see. Okay, let's see. We're on number 3. So it looks like we have a first alert weather. Once again, like AJ said, we don't really do weather maps. Well, we do sometimes on the game show playing. But anyways, so there's a weekend snow possible in New York, but not much. CBS New York has this story. Uh-oh. Go. Come on. Don't get it. Can you hear me? Hold on, I gotta refresh the thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, folks, we are experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties with Ethan's feedback. I don't know if that's just on my end. But anyway, while we are figuring that out, here's the piece from CBS 2.
It is, and I can't disagree, Jess, because you're going to get above the freezing mark, possibly.
Lonnie, you got to top that one, because the rat hole for me was the one that was like, okay, we're done.
I still think this is why the city planners made Central Park. You get to the green spaces, it's overall better. Hey, Captain Chevrolet. I missed him. Off he goes, guys. The sky is beautiful out there, but it is cold. Now, you're 17 degrees or so right now in New York City. The numbers you see right here, let's take a walk through the daisies with me. Currently coming in Garden City, you are 11 degrees. In the city in Harlem, it's 12. You're waking up to 12 degrees. These are your wake-up temps. You're waking up to 4 in Fishkill. It's a cold one out there. Now, drop those numbers. Bring up a 12-degree reading in Harlem with a wind chill displayed, and it feels like 3 below zero. Everybody, let me take a walk. Everybody feeling negative in the morning. That's why we have those cold weather advisories. It's why we've issued a first alert for your morning out there. Over the next 3 days, what are we talking about? Well, cold, right? 22 for a high temp tomorrow. You're 25 on Sunday. You may get back to the freezing mark or above on Sunday. That's our best bet right now for Sunday is 33. Plenty of models are saying 31, 32. We'll follow that one very closely. This idea for Sunday with some flakes east. Let's come over this way again, and let me put everything together for you. I want to look at the futurecast and show you how this is all going to be working out. So our storm, according to the European model, is going to be creeping up, developing around the Outer Banks, and you've heard this term bombogenesis. It becomes really strong really quickly. 24 millibar drop in 24 hours, but the fact is the track is now more to the north and east as opposed to the due north, and we, if anything, you saw it clip a little bit out around Montauk. It's not much at all in terms of the snow totals. I mean, I showed you this a little bit earlier, lots of zeros. We see no effect, maybe, a 1/10 of an inch Riverhead, 4/10 for Montauk. This is the most aggressive model. I can show you the American model, and you're not going to see anything on it. So that's how we see snowfall. All right, what else do we have to talk about? Because there are effects with a coastal storm in our area. So I just showed you small amounts of snow, if any, especially off to the east. This is what I'm talking about. Coastal areas. You're going to notice windier conditions. Now, that may be for the bulk of us. Everybody will see the winds kicking in on Sunday. There's a full moon for you coastal, residents. It's going to give you the higher tide. You know that, right? Well, that full moon, with those winds, there could be some possible coastal flooding. So I think we should probably touch upon what those winds could be doing. Now, watch where they max out here on Sunday. This is 11 a.m. I mean, 25-mile-per-hour gusts in the city. 36 Riverhead, maybe some 44-mile-per-hour gusts out in Montauk. And I do not believe that's going to be a 1-hour extent. That could be like 3 hours, 4 hours perhaps, maybe even a little bit longer. But some of those winds transition inland as well. They're not as strong, but you got a 22-mile-per-hour gust in Morristown. You got a 29-mile-per-hour gust. Poughkeepsie, 25 Newburgh, windy. It's windier out there on Sunday. All right, let's drop this down. Let's bring up the 7-day forecast and show everybody this. You're hearing, I know, Jess, you were saying this warming trend. It is, and I can't disagree, Jess, because you're going to get above the freezing mark, possibly. 22 tomorrow, first alert day, 25 on Sunday. It looks like it's somebody else's storm. We may get nipped a little bit. Monday, that's your Groundhog Day, 33. So it would be a cold shadow if the groundhog sees it, because I do think there's going to be sunshine out there, which, by the way, that would mean 6 more weeks of winter. Then you get 35, 33, 35, 32. It's hovering. I just want you to know this is where we stand right now, and Matt and I were just discussing in the weather office. We may lower those a bit. There are plenty of other models and guidance that suggest, nope, it's basically a 32-degree reading across the board. If those hold true at 32 degrees with more cold air behind that, I think we'd be looking at potentially our longest streak of freezing or colder, but we'll watch it all, guys. Just know, maybe you get above freezing, but you're still going to feel plenty cold outside in the tri-state.
We know that's right. All right.
Trying to get used to it.
Thank you, Lonnie.
All right, thanks, Lonnie.
Okay, before AJ moves on to her next story, I apologize for that. I had a doggone technical difficulty, which I think I blame Seamus because trying to get my doggone Wi-Fi to work, it was like loading. No, it was like trouble. It was like trying to connect, and yeah. Anyways, I think you have our next story, don't you, AJ?
Yes, we do. And I'm actually going to add one more in following this story because they're both connected. So this is so just to start for my piece, a federal judge in Oregon has ruled that. Hold on. Let me confirm this. Yeah,
I have my TV playing, but it's on mute because I have to keep it on because I don't want it to turn off.
Okay, hold on. Let me just confirm this. Okay, sorry about that. I have confirmed it now. A federal judge in Oregon has ordered a temporary stop to what the judge calls warrantless arrests for ICE agents. They have put a temporary stop to that. We will include the initial reporting and then the public's response. To start, though, here is Fox 12 News reporting on that for us.
We begin tonight with a major change in immigration enforcement in Oregon. A federal judge has ordered a temporary stop to all warrantless immigration arrests. That change is the latest in a series of legal actions that could limit the power of federal agents conducting immigration raids. Fox 12's Michaela Armstrong has the details tonight. Michaela.
Emergency order is effective immediately and could have a significant impact on how immigration enforcement is done here moving forward. Immigration agents can no longer arrest people without a warrant in Oregon, at least for now.
Almost 1.6 million people live in jurisdictions where there's been a state of emergency declared because of DHS's conduct. And so we are seeking to make sure that we can return to some normalcy.
The change comes after a federal judge issued a preliminary injunction Wednesday, putting a stop to warrantless immigration arrest unless there is a likelihood the person will escape or flee. Innovation Law Lab's Stephen Manning represented the plaintiffs in the case that focused on DHS tactics they describe as agents arresting immigrants they happen to come across while conducting enforcement operations and the harm they say warrantless arrests cause.
Those were the exact individuals that the policy was targeting. And so today, with the injunction in place, what we can hope for is a return to some semblance of normality for the community, that you can take your kids to school and drop them off, that you can go to the grocery store and buy some food.
One plaintiff, Victor Cruz, emotionally testified, sharing how he was detained in October for 3 weeks after being in the U.S. since 1999. Cruz told Fox 12 in November when he was released that he showed officers that he was legally allowed to work here, but his documents were confiscated.
Told them I have a permit to work legally here. And one of the officers told me, show me that, and I just pull it from my wallet and I show it to him, and he goes, this is nothing. You are not allowed to be here. This doesn't protect you from us.
Now with this major change, Oregon joins Colorado, Illinois, and Washington, D.C. in issuing similar orders. And Manning says the next step is to make sure the injunction is followed.
We will be monitoring the government's compliance with the order, which is absolutely critical to the well-being of Oregon.
If there is evidence that the government does not comply with the injunction, then Manning says they will return to court. In studio, Michaela Armstrong, Fox 12 Oregon.
Michaela, thank you. And that was Fox 12 with that story. Thank you very much.
Yes, and that was Fox 12 Oregon. Again, if more things develop on this story, we will keep you updated. For our shorts viewers, make sure to click on the full video to see other news from tonight's broadcast.
Okay.
All right, now Ethan, you have another story for us. About, it's kind of an interesting one. Ethan, go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. We appear to be having some Seamus difficulties in the broadcast. But Ethan, I was just saying, has a pretty interesting story coming out of Las Vegas. Ethan?
Ooh, not good. Hold on, let me try my computer again real quick. Hopefully it'll let me this time. Give me a second.
Okay, ladies and...
There we go.
Okay.
There.
Okay, Ethan, go ahead.
Hold on. Seamus, this is for you. There.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yes, Riverside, do not clip that, please. Thank you. Okay. We apologize, but the technical gods are looking above us today.
Maybe it's the whammy.
And they do not seem...
Maybe it's the whammy doing this.
Yeah, that's our game show mottos. Anyway, we're here to do news. Ethan, interesting story out of Las Vegas.
Yes, multiple people sick after exposure to lab equipment inside Las Vegas home. Fox 5 has the story.
So yes, before I start, just to clear things up, Los Angeles police found a slew of vials in what seems to be a biological lab in Las Vegas. Again, multiple people have been sick or reported sick from this bio lab. It was done in a home. Here's Fox 5 with more.
Good evening. There is still so much to uncover in the investigation of a biological lab found in a Las Vegas home over the weekend.
We are now learning more about how the lab was found and how the people involved are connected. Fox 5's Evan Luke joins us live outside the home. He has been combing through the arrest report of one of the men believed to be at the center of the operation. Evan?
Well, through yesterday's reporting, there were really two names at the center of everything. The first being David He. He is the listed owner of the home behind me. He's also behind bars right now in connection to another biolab bust in California from a couple years ago. The second name that we've heard is Ori Solomon, the listed property manager for the residence. We've been digging deeper to find out more about the connection between these two men, also finding a third person that may be involved with this, all of it helping us figure out how this biolab was discovered in the first place. Before the suspected biolab at Sugar Springs Road, attempts were made to create a lab elsewhere in Las Vegas. According to Metro investigators, an application was filed in April of 2023 for a medical laboratory on West Charleston Boulevard. It was filed under a company owned by someone believed to be in a relationship with David He. By July of 2023, that application was rescinded. A source told investigators that a man, later identified as Michael Ritchie Harold, moved equipment from the Charleston location to the home on Sugar Springs. That's when Michael became aware of David He, also known as Giabe Zhu, and the years-long working relationship he had with Ori Solomon, even after he was incarcerated. Fast forward to April of 2025. A house cleaner contracted by Solomon was told to shut and lock the door leading to the garage, which people renting the home were prohibited to use. The house cleaner reportedly looked inside the garage, seeing 3 refrigerators plugged in and large glass beakers filled with an unknown reddish liquid, similar to what Metro Police and the FBI found in their raid on Saturday. 5 days after being in that garage, both the house cleaner and Michael reportedly got deathly ill, describing symptoms of trouble breathing, fatigue, and muscle aches. On January 6, 2026, Nevada code enforcement were made aware of a possible biolab, and by January 9th, FBI Las Vegas had gotten a tip from the Sacramento Bureau about lab equipment being found. Bringing us to today, as the lab has been dismantled and Ori Solomon faces charges of disposing and discharging hazardous waste, along with federal firearms-related charges, violating the conditions of his visa. The arrest report also dug into David He's jail phone records over the last year. From January of 2025 through most of January of 2026, 467 calls that he made to Ori Solomon. There's also a second home involved with this. It's just a street up from here on Temple View Drive. That report listed that multiple boxes of drug tests were found, all of them listed with Chinese addresses. Reporting live from the East Valley, I'm Evan Leake for Fox 5 News.
All right, Evan, thank you. And like AJ said, it is a dangerous lab, and yeah.
Yes, Fox 5, thank you for doing that reporting. Just real quick before we move on to my story, the next story, we have gotten some information from the polls for viewers viewing in New Jersey. Your polls for the 2026 election have, of course, begun. You can look up results of your local elections on the New Jersey government websites. All right, now, next up, Rick Caruso, reconsidered his run for mayor of Los Angeles after some decisions that were made about the future of Los Angeles. Fox 11 has more on this story.
We begin with breaking news tonight. Fallout from today's LA Times article alleging Mayor Bass ordered the Palisades Fire After Action report to be watered down. Fox 7's Matthew Seedorf just met exclusively with Rick Caruso, who could soon have a major announcement.
Does this make you regret your decision of not running for office?
It makes me very concerned about the future of LA. I'll put it that way. So it's weighing heavily on me, yes.
That could be open to interpretation.
I'll leave it to others to interpret, but it's weighing heavily on me because I love this city.
So just a point blank, are you reconsidering your decision?
I'm certainly thinking about it. I still have to get through the concerns I have of a campaign and the family and whatnot. But we're going to gather tonight, we're going to have a conversation, and we're going to talk about it.
Was it this article today that really kind of made you reconsider?
Yeah. Yeah. Because incompetence is one thing, but it's very different to mix incompetence and now you've got somebody who is actively lying to the people that she has sworn to serve.
Caruso says he and his family will have to work quick. The deadline to file is by the end of this week. We'll have much more coming up on LA Live News tonight, starting at 8 p.m. on Channel 13 and streaming on the Fox Local app.
And that was Fox 11 with that story. Thank you very much. AJ, technical difficulties.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for that information. Again, that's Fox 11 News. For our YouTube Shorts viewers, make sure to click on the full video to see other news from tonight's broadcast. Okay, and if no other stories come in, this should be our last. And our last is kind of bizarre. Ethan?
Oh, jeez, I have to read this one. Okay, a dozen of skiers rescued from gondola. Ugh, I don't know if I want to be rescued by a gondola. I'm pretty sure AJ would not either.
So, yes, a little bit more on the statistics and numbers information of this. At least 67 people have been trapped and stranded. Oh my God, excuse me. Have been trapped and stranded on a ski lift in a gondola ski resort.
Right. And WTEN News has a story.
Yes.
More than 60 people were stuck on Gore Mountain gondolas this morning, and crews spent hours trying to safely get them down.
News 10's Vanessa Blasi talking with the skiers who saw those rescues happen and tells us exactly how they did it.
I came to ski here today, but when I showed up, there's been a tough situation here at Gore with a gondola down and a pretty massive evacuation going on.
Linda Clark sent us this video from the mountain Wednesday afternoon after dozens of people got stuck on the gondolas, something Jim Chorman and his friends luckily just missed.
We were here about 9 a.m. Gondola opens at 8:30, and those people that got the first runs of the day were the ones that were stuck.
Gore Mountain says about 67 people were stuck in about 20 gondolas. The rescue took hours.
Been, quite a process. They have to bring them down with, ropes and kind of a saddle.
They climbed up on the gondolas on top. I guess they have to open the doors. And they had a cable, and they put people in the...
Put them in a harness.
Harness, yeah. And just let them to the ground.
Many of the ski lifts were also closed as crews had to leave to help out. Skiers Karen and Larry Still say they also got lucky.
I don't know why we didn't ride the gondola. It was kind of a nasty day. We normally, we do.
Nasty because of those high winds, especially for the responders.
Some of them were like standing on top of the gondola, and then they'd have to get the harness on the people to bring them down, and it was just miserable wind.
In part of a statement, Gore Mountain says the issue was a, quote, non-emergency mechanical alignment matter. The evacuation of people is now complete.
The Gore Mountain team tells us the gondola will return to service once all operational and safety requirements have been met. It's unclear right now how long that could take, but the mountain itself is still open to all skiers. Reporting in North Creek, Vanessa Blasi, News 10, ABC.
All right, Vanessa, thanks for that story. Oh my God, that is just the craziest story I ever heard.
Yes, that is quite unique. We do have one more piece to go, though. I'm just going to see if I can pull information for it, but it's a good time for a break anyway. So we will be back with you in just a few moments. Go ahead and grab something to...
drinks, water.
Yeah, grab whatever you want. This will probably be the final piece of news in the newscast.
More.
We'll be back, folks.
Yes, we'll be right back. In 30 seconds, probably. Who knows?
All right, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for bearing with us. That is the final piece of the newscast. Thank you for joining us. It has been a pleasure bringing you...
I thought you had one more piece.
Well, I couldn't find related stuff for it. So, that is the final piece of the newscast. We will probably get to that tomorrow, though, as people will start reporting on it and uploading it. Yes, we are going on. We are going on 40 minutes. I will stop this newscast at 40 minutes, which means we have 1 minute left. So, we would like to thank everyone for viewing these broadcasts nightly as usual, or afternoonly, depending on when we upload them. But they at least are getting out, unless if they completely decide to stop exporting, which has happened sometimes.
And of course, we'll let you know about the Savannah Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie situation.
Yes, and we also thank our viewers over at YouTube Shorts. Again, for folks on YouTube Shorts, there's a little hyperlink to the full newscast to see the full newscast to see full newscasts for days, to see what other stories we covered on those days.
And we want to thank our news channels for helping.
Yes, we want to thank the various news channels every day for helping us out with this so much. We use their pieces to their benefit. And time is up for us. So I'm AJ Baker.
And I'm Ethan Jakowski, and we'll see you guys in the next news. Good night.